Welcome to the Crystal Self-Healer Podcast. I'm Carissa Weaver. On this podcast, we blend the magic of crystals with the science of psychology to help you break free from chaos, ditch the overwhelm, and master your emotions so you can have more energy, get more done, and feel better every day. Get ready to unlock your intuition and restore your true power as we cover how you can transform your life using crystals and self-awareness. Are you ready to get started? All right, let's go. When it comes to protection, is it rosemary or black pepper? Black tourmaline or amethyst? Is it the Choku Ray symbol or the algaes? Quite simply, it's all of them, while at the same time, none of them. Within and across culture, there have always been people and sacred spaces designated for the practice of ritual and tradition. But quite often, the practices themselves are cloaked in mystery, as well as forces that focus on driving other practices underground or into extinction, so the practices themselves disappear, literally and figuratively. Over time, this creates a lot of confusion and room for gatekeeping of knowledge. If you're like so many of the people I see wondering what meaning and methods apply when, you are not alone. This episode will give you what you need to start working with your crystals and tarot with a whole new level of confidence. One of the struggles I hear most frequently from people is they are unsure what crystals to use when or what card means what. I remember when I felt the same way when I was starting out and hadn't fully embodied my practice. It wasn't a nice feeling to feel unprepared, incapable, or paralyzed with the options in front of me. And the sheer panic and anxiety I felt about how a tarot reading could be received if I didn't know what a card meant was intense. I share all of this to say, this uncomfortable place you find yourself in is exactly that, uncomfortable, and often stops people in developing their crystal and tarot practices. Over your lifetime, it has been reinforced that you need to access information externally and that someone else holds the key to your access. No wonder most people start by turning to rote memorization of facts, statistics, and data as the jumping off point to begin. But I also know that from this vantage point, the learning curve is steep and feels intimidating and insurmountable. The card inspiration today is the High Priestess as the what to call in energy from a recent crystal and tarot forecast inside the Charmed community. This card has rich imagery that nods to secrets, intuition, and learning. But what I really want to focus on is the use of structure, symmetry, and light and dark as key indicators of what truly underpins the real essence of this card. You can't help but focus on the central woman draped in her watery-looking robe and headdress, flanked on each side by large structural columns. Atop her head, she has a moon phase motif as well as a crescent moon at her feet. And on the tapestry behind her is a pattern of palm trees and pomegranate. The moons are symbolic of mystery and are what illuminate in the darkness. The watery effects nod to the feelings essential for intuition, but the structural columns are what creates the balance and space for everything else, all the pliable and fluid experiences to operate within. When the High Priestess shows up as the energy for you to call in, her challenge to you is to master the duality of light and dark, structure and intuition. I think we've forgotten that many of the rules that we are trying to follow originate and have been adapted from more localized traditions. With the bountiful availability of imported goods, it's easier to think that the sacred tools used in one practice need to be the tools we use in our own practice. And that's not how we got here. People used what tools were available to them where they were. But as religion, practices, and society became more centralized, and the acquisition of rare tools was available to those in positions of power or with wealth, the average person experienced a systematic distancing between their embodied traditions and those being preached at them. This gatekeeping of tools and how to use them created the foundation for what you feel today. The other day, I was checking some of my social media posts and saw that someone had commented that if you're starting out and just experimenting, you need to be careful. This is the type of statement you see plastered all over the place, overtly or not. There's this baked-in fear that you're meant to respond to that will have you doubting or second-guessing you know what to do with your crystals or interpret your tarot. Because within the confines of that person's practice, you don't know the rules, the meanings, or associated properties. This right here is where you fall into the I need to memorize all the things and I need to get it right thinking. I would like to offer that this isn't what you need. While knowing a lot of facts, statistics, and data can help you feel comfortable because of the sheer volume, it doesn't help you when you are lacking a structure within which to operate. When you have a structure, you know how to operate within. The intuitive and accumulated awareness of properties and meanings becomes a lot easier to access. Recently, my family went on a generational vacation where we were city hopping in the Aegean region. What I found fascinating was the difference in interpretation of the evil eye between Greece and Turkey. These two countries, in some places less than 100 feet apart, had two distinctly different applications for this single talisman. And if this doesn't show you that the ways to use your crystals, tarot, and other holistic tools can be personal and not relate to the other ways it is invoked, I don't know what else will. Inherent singular power does not reside solely in the thing, but rather in your connection, intention, energy, and relationship with it. The crystal I'm going to offer for you today is blue kyanite. And here's why. When you repeatedly think that there is a specific way you need to work with your crystals and tarot, it becomes an energetic block that can manifest as self-doubt or a need for external validation. Blue kyanite works to release this mental clutter and noise so you have clear awareness of your existing internal knowledge. With disconnection from your own awareness comes a disconnection from the ability to tap into your own intuition. Blue kyanite helps to bypass the need for rote memorization because it supports re-establishing a more direct channel between you and the energetic or symbolic properties of your crystals and tarot. Because blue kyanite has a capacity to not accumulate or hold negative energy, this supports you in building and developing the internal structure you need without it becoming recluttered or distorted by external imports or internal doubt. Blue kyanite is also excellent at creating bridges and new energetic pathways. This provides you with the ability to integrate personal insights into a coherent, organized understanding, instead of holding fragmented data with no way to synthesize it. Here's a simple ritual you can do to clear your intuitive blocks and reinforce your internal intuitive structure. You'll need your blue kyanite and 5 to 10 minutes of undisturbed time. Hold the blue kyanite in your hand and gently close your eyes. Breathe slowly, allowing yourself to relax into the present moment. Let your breath clear your mind without forcing silence. Visualize your thoughts turning into clouds in the sky and observe them moving and shifting, but as something distant and intangible. Say aloud or internally, I am not asking for meaning. I am opening to knowledge. Anchor into this state of being the channel to intuit information. As you continue breathing, observe where your awareness naturally goes. Is it a sensation, a memory, a color, an energy? Don't analyze it, just let it be. With each inhale, imagine your blue kyanite tuning you like a string instrument, not adding anything, just helping what's already there to ring clear. Continue to breathe as this state of being takes root. Now ask yourself, what does clear feel like to me, in me? Allow your body to answer. This is the foundation for your personal energetic language. As you integrate and embody this sense of quiet clarity and inner spaciousness, acknowledge that you are the structure. You are the source. Affirm aloud or silently, I trust what comes through me. Continue to hold your crystal for a few minutes longer, and when you feel a sense of completeness, place your crystal on your altar, carry or wear it as a visual reminder of the work you have just done. Today's pairing of the High Priestess with blue kyanite is from a recent crystal and tarot forecast inside the Charmed community. I invite you to join me in this free space where I share these readings weekly to help you align your energy and focus your week. You'll also get the opportunity to connect with others who are exploring their growth and creating change in their lives, just like you. Join us for free. The link is in the show notes. And if you're tired of being on an emotional roller coaster, constantly juggling everything in your life, and you want to be part of a space that holds you in your healing, a space where you could feel seen, supported, and connected, I'd love to have you join me inside the Crystal Self-Healer Members Portal. It's where we go beyond the weekly guidance and we apply it to your life, equipping you with the tools, resources, and support to build your confidence in crystal healing and emotional self-care. Inside, you'll get personalized coaching, healing sessions, rituals, and everything you need to truly empower yourself to live with more ease and alignment. Visit my website, 3charmedgems.com, or click the link in the show notes to learn more and join me. It's time to stop living at the mercy of emotional triggers and start living in spiritual integrity. The Crystal Self-Healer Members Portal is where that shift begins. Come and find your clarity. Today's episode has been brought to you by the High Priestess, Blue Kyanite, and Bridges. May we create the bridges we need to trust our intuitive foundations. Blessed be, my friends. All right, my friends, that wraps up this week's episode. Thank you for joining me here today on the Crystal Self-Healer podcast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, leave a review, and take the What Crystal is Best for You quiz linked in the show notes. Join me again next week as we continue to demystify crystals, how your brain works, and how you can use them so you can have more energy, get more done, and feel better every day.